But nah, yeah, y'all here from the town, man, and I think it's amazing because I love Oakland. I love Oakland because you guys have so much culture. You guys have a lot of great people in Oakland, and you guys are building, man. So how does this feel to be from the town, man? Because I know there's a certain right? You got the shirt, the Oakland Roots. Shout out Ed Reed, shout out Oakland Roots. But yeah, man, how does it feel to be from Oakland, bro?
Yeah, man. I mean, shit, bro. It's as you know, man, a lot of like us from Oakland, we kind of hold this certain like pride about us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, like we really from the town, really from Oakland, because I feel like how sometimes underlooked we are. You know what I'm saying? Like how much stuff that like we have done. I was just watching this thing of this podcast with Damian Lillard and Rex Life Raj, and they was talking about how like, you know what I'm saying, like so much stuff has came from Oakland. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people have stole different slang, stole different ways that we, you know what I'm saying, we talk, we move, and don't necessarily give credit to Oakland. So which is why like when we're cats who from Oakland, it's like, yeah, like I'm from Oakland. This is what we doing. This is what I've done. You know what I'm saying? Which is why, at least for me, I always show love to it. Plus, like it made me who I am. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Oakland, I wouldn't be the type of person I am today. You know what I'm saying? Which is why like I always rap it. Everyone be making fun of me, like, damn, bro. Like when I'm out, you like, damn, you always be rapping Oakland, bro. You got your Oakland shit on. I'm like, bro, like that's really me, bro. I'm Oakland, bro. This is how it raised me. You know what I'm saying? This is who I am. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I gotta give all my credit to Oakland, man.
Hell yeah. And for me, I love the town because it's hard not to love the town. You find. A little bit
closer. For sure, you good.
There you go.
Yeah, for sure.
You find every type of person that you're looking for in the town. You'll meet a realtor that can speak to you like a hustler. And that's what I love about Oakland. Like we get it wherever we at. You feel me? I had a homie tell me a long time ago. He's like, bro, I'm gonna get it wherever I'm at. And I think that's the mentality of somebody from Oakland. That's why we tend to blend in well wherever we are.
Yeah. No, that's totally true, but that's why also like when I like, you know what I'm saying, when I moved out to New York, you know what I'm saying, or when I went to Europe or different shit, and I was like, damn, this is so different. And everyone's like, bro, like you from Oakland, bro. You got this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause the way we move and the hustle, bro, is like kind of in our mentality. It's kind of rooted in us. You know what I'm saying? Just like shit.
Let that isn't be a part of you, young
brother.
Let it be a part of you, young brother.
You can go, you can move in different places. Be like, bro, like I know how to move around, bro. I could hold this shit down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, that's why, bro, Oakland means a lot to me, bro. It's funny. I just brought up Europe, bro. Last time I was here, bro, I was about to go to Berlin, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, around this time too, bro. So it's a trip, bro. It's full circle shit.
Yeah, no, facts. So with that being said, I mean, you know, I know you left to, what was it, Carolina for a minute?
Yeah, North Carolina.
North Carolina. So you guys have been outside of Oakland. So you were able to experience what it's like to have Oakland, but then to live without it too.
Yeah, surely.
So how was you know, you guys could talk about that experience, like just living outside of home. Do you like recommend it? Is that something that people should do?
Always. I feel like you got to get out from where you normally just wake up at every time, because you take in so much, like just living, and you learned a lot just by living. So you feel me? If you don't allow yourself to learn, you know, you're doing yourself a waste. So for me, yeah, it was bittersweet because, you know, sometimes it got real quiet. You know, North Carolina is hella trees. You feel me? Like it's a whole different type of vibe, especially depending where you at. But I think it's good for that idle time because you start to learn a little bit more about yourself. You feel me?
Yeah, no, I agree, man. I feel like it's mandatory now. I feel like I was in a position where I was like, it was time for me to go and see something new. I felt like that time I was like, I feel like I did everything that I could do here. Now let me expand and see what I could do outside of Oakland, outside of the Bay, and see something new. You know, it was a perfect time. Even though when I moved out there, it was where I kind of started like kind of having this kind of like survivor's guilt kind of mentality type shit, which was like, damn, okay, I'm out here, I'm in New York, I got out, I got homies back home in Oakland who never left Oakland, who was like, you know what I'm saying, may have not been able to see certain shit or go different places. I'm out here trying to do my dream, live my dream, but I got people back home who like still back home and it's not, you know what I'm saying, necessarily have done shit. So there was like that type of weird thing too that I was like dealing with, which then I eventually kind of like got out of. Like, you know what, like I left Oakland to try to put on for Oakland, and I'm leaving Oakland to like continue on to rep Oakland and put on, like I said, for the Oakland and shit in the Bay. And like I said, man, I feel like especially for creators, for musicians, for anything, bro, it's so important to get out and see something new just to see what inspires you too. You know what I'm saying? If you look about it, bro, like if you really think about it, bro, like all the biggest kind of artists from the Bay left the Bay at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it's so important to leave, to like build a sound outside of the Bay, so then you could try to be worldwide. You know what I'm saying? Like E40 left. You know what I'm saying? You look at Too Short. Short went to Atlanta too. You know what I'm saying? You look at Larry went to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? G-Eazy went to Louisiana, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at like the Sways, he went to New York. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, all these different people. You know what I'm saying? Kind of who we see are like big time really repping the band and shit. Simba went to, you know what I'm saying, went to LA. I'm not saying you have to leave. You know what I'm saying? There's folks like Lorenzo who's really like, yo, like I'm doing this shit from the crib, which I love too, you know what I'm saying? But it's just like, at some point, I feel like it's important and good to leave so you could like, you know what I'm saying, kind of put on even more.
And then even with LaRussell, even though, you know, we all know about the backyard shows, bruh be touring. He be going places. He be touching places. You gotta touch places. And you gotta touch places.
It's funny. I love it too. He'll go to like a you know what I'm saying, like Atlanta, or he'd be like, I'm home, Atlanta, I'm home. You know what I'm saying? He makes it his own shit too, bro, which is like, I love it too, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, bro, you gotta tour. You gotta see places, bro. Like, it makes you think and expand so much, bro, as a person.
Yeah, no, and there's something about it, man. I swear, every time I'm in Vegas, even LA sometimes, or just outside of home, as soon as you say you're from the Bay Area, you know, and they're related to like Oakland SF, man, there's something special about you already.
Yeah.
So if you guys can like attribute it to one thing, like what do you think, what would be like one thing that you would say like, nah, like if you're from Oakland, you have this in you?
Ism. If you're from Oakland, you got some type of ism. You feel me? Like you could be a square and be the killer in the room. You feel me? I just feel like in Oakland, like that's really what's inside of us. It's just something that you can't really compare, but it comes off so slick. You like it's hard not to accept it.
Like talk, man, players.
That makes sense.
Man.
I definitely see that because you're right. It comes back to that realtor who can really understand life too, but can sell you that crib.
You know what I'm saying? Still,
exactly. Maybe can sell you the crib because he's of the shit he's doing.
I agree with that, but that and also this is the hustle, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like we come bros with the ism, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's just like we gonna get it regardless. I've always had that mindset of like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get it regardless. I don't really have like no other plan B, you know what I'm saying? Because like this is going to work. Because it has to, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm going to figure out a way regardless. So yeah, the hustle on that ism, man. You know what I'm saying? Put them two together, man. That's some really talent shit, man.
No, but there's a grit to the town. I think that's the same reason how like Detroit would be like a brother city of ours because there's a grit and there's a player aspect. And I feel like, you know, we can understand that completely in Oakland. Like, that's what it is. Like, it's smooth, but you got to work for yours. You got to be hard out here. You got to really know how to get it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that Detroit comparison because I think Detroit is very similar. You know, that's why the rap artists, they always go back and forth. Speaking of, like, you know, building from the ground up, you know, I think that's the main thing that we get from coming from Oakland. You have to, right? So can you guys kind of tap into something within your guys' journey that maybe like stands out within like building from the ground up? Because it may not always be easy. You know, sometimes you may not have money for studio time. Sometimes, you know, you may not even have gas money. Sometimes it's just like, you know, somebody cats on you or you're looking forward to something, your heart get broken. You know what I'm saying? So like all these things. So is there like certain moments or certain things that have came up within your journeys that you're like, man, like, nah, this is the groundwork?
My first show, seeing that process of being an independent artist and getting bodies in the room, that definitely was like one of my first moments where I'm like, okay, like I see how it can be done and I see where we need to get it. And the story was tight because we made tickets like $5. We were like, all right, $5 tickets. And then we already paid the bar off. And as well as said like, all right, and you could take some of the bar. And we just saw so much positivity and everything. Like, then I was like, oh shit, if we would have charged 20, we would have made out like crazy, but still it's tight. Like I see now how to get learning people in spaces. That learning process would kind of like started making me hungrier as an independent artist for shortly.
Yeah.
My bad. Can you speak a little bit more on that? I definitely want to hear.
No, you good.
But building that audience or like building that people to come to your show. Can you elaborate a little bit on that? Because I think, you know, everyone kind of wants to get there.
Yeah. I think the main thing you got to first do, you got to make people feel like they are you. So you feel me? Like if you come out like you Hollywood already, I mean, you can, but in the same breath, like people usually tend to like come around people that like they connect with. Right. So you feel me? Even if I was like, came out here with 20, 30 chains or anything, but if you see me stop outside and talk to everybody that's in line, or you see me like hollering at somebody's auntie that just came by or whatever, it's
shaking
like,
everyone's
it's
hand,
like, oh, okay. Like you a person, but you out here getting it. And I think that's one of the first things a lot of independent artists have to do is like, yeah, be a star in your mind, but be with the people. You feel me? You're supposed to lead. You can't just lead nobody. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the first thing I look at when it comes to that.
Yeah, bro, that's so real, bro. That's so real. For me, bro, I gotta say like the first when I first put out a project, you know what I'm saying, which was like it was like 2020, like pandemic shit, which was like, you know you know, obviously weird. It was like, damn, this is pandemic shit. I'm putting out a project when everyone's at the crib and shit, but I was still like really trying to push that shit from the crib, which was different. I was like, okay, I'm at the crib. I'm reaching out to all these different folks, different people through social media, trying to like put this out there, see if I can hop on this shit, see what I could do like this, sending it out. And I'm like really kind of like doing that hustle of like, okay, like looking at my resources that I have right now and that I've built, and also just trying to tap into like now the network that I built and that I have now. And even prior to that, we was kind of talking about this shit in the car on the way here. Like I say this to a lot of folks who like try to be like, yo, like, how do I even start or how do I get into this thing? I always just be like, yo, like, you gotta just start, bruh. You know what I'm saying? But also, you really have to be outside. You know what I'm saying? Like, I started doing this shit when I was like 11. And from there, bro, I was like going to open mics in downtown, bro. Like, always just trying to perform. From there, networking, meeting different folks. What's your name? What's your name on the first Fridays? Like, I was just trying to show face and meet different folks to, you know what I'm saying? And then from there, I just kept on building. But with that, too, like, really honing into my craft and, like, working on the music and just trying to make sure, like, I kept on elevating, kept on growing within, you know what I'm saying, within myself, because that's just important too, bro. So definitely just like I said, being outside, being tapped in, and, you know what I'm saying, but and yeah, bro, really just being with the peoples. That's like the biggest thing, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like connecting and being with the peoples and showing your love, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? If you see someone fucking with your shit or being like, yo, bro, I really fuck with your shit, or like, I like your music, bro, it's like, thank you, I appreciate you. Like, letting your fans know, your supporters, that like you appreciate them, because they don't have to listen to your stuff. They don't have to watch your content. They don't have to repost it. You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that they're doing that, like that's love. That, you know what I'm saying? That's why I always say, like, don't really look about the streams or how much shit you going, bro. You got 100 people streaming your shit, bro. That's love, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's 100 people that listen to your art that you made from scratch. You know what I'm saying? Whether from your crib, in the studio, regardless, bro. That shit started in your mind, and 100 people listen to your shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I always say, bro. For real. I kind of went on a tangent, you know what I'm saying?
No, I think
Get it off your chest. No.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's real, bro. I think, and they're getting it from someone who's doing it, you know, and I think that's why you're so passionate about it, is because, yeah, man, there is, you know, like you said, you do have to do it the right way. My bad. I do want to talk about, like, the mindset behind putting it all in, because that's what you guys are saying, right? It's like, you got to go to these first Fridays. You got to go. So why? And then, like, is it always easy to go all in? Because it's like, I don't know, man. Sometimes if you're on your last dollar, do you really want to spend it on this if you don't know if it's going to give you more back? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I feel like putting it all in, we look at the dollars and cents of it, right? But sometimes I feel like as long as you're putting your energy all in, it is going to come back. So when you down to that last $2, it's like, all right, well, that's cool. Put it all in another aspect. And then that shit just kind of resurfaces and recycles. So that's how I look at putting it all in. Prime example. I had to go back and start working. But when I started working, I saw a jumping increase in my music versus I was trying to just do music just solely for a minute, like, and was struggling. It was just like, it was my pride, like, damn, like, all right, bro, like, you know, if you get this job, you giving up. But then I realized it's like, no, you being smart. And as an independent label, like, I mean, independent person, like, the job is your label. That is your backing. That is your money. So if you're an artist and you're taking this serious, you feel me? Like, use that 9 to 5 to charge you. Yeah, you got the 9 to 5, but then you got to work afterwards. If you want it, you gonna get it. You feel me?
Bro, I'm sorry you said that shit, bro. I was watching this podcast they had Souls and Mischief on it. I think Tajay from it, he was like, yo, all of us in Hyro, we all have a job. You know what I'm saying? We are professional artists. We touring, we doing all this shit, but we got a job. You know what I'm saying? And like, let's not like make that seem like that ain't cool. Or, like, you can't do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of these other rappers, bro, like, they got something too, whether they, you know what I'm saying, they selling shit, they selling whatever it is, bro. Like, at least, like, 9 to 5, you doing it like the legal way, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I feel like now we kind of have to make it like I don't know, some people see it's like, damn, I got to work at 9 to 5. And I was like that too. I was like, damn, bro, I don't want to do this shit, bro. Like, I don't want to work. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to do this shit full time. But, like, again, like you said, it's like you realize, but I also need to, like, have stable money coming in, you know what I'm saying? And when they're, like, doing this music shit, it's not always, like, you know, you don't see in the salary like that. You're not really seeing getting all that stable shit. So where's okay, like, I gotta work, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Really changing that mindset of like, okay, like, maybe 9 to 5 is something I gotta do. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, that's the advanced side. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting right there that I could then invest some of that in my music. I could take that shit to market, and I could take that shit on the road with me to tour and And you know what I'm saying? Even make that even more money back. You know what I'm saying? Off of the music too. So you can kind of two different ways of making money. You know what I'm saying? So,
And if you love it and have a vision, you're going to outgrow and outwork the 9 to 5.
Yep.
You feel what I'm saying? Like you're going to outwork your job if you really have a vision to the point, and then you won't need it. You know, if this is your vision, this is how you see it. But, you know, you got to look at it as steps like that. I think sometimes we tend to go like left or right. It's like, nah, you got to really plot this out.
Right. No, you're right. You gotta use your boss. I always say, man, I hired my boss. You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm hiring you to fund my goals. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think it really is ego and pride that gets in the way of people thinking, you know, I can't do this 9 to 5. Especially if you're an artist, especially if you're someone who's on camera, because it's like, you know, you don't want to be, you know, just had your video pop off or whatever, and then the next day you have to go clock in somewhere. It's just like it just don't really correlate. I go through that shit all the time. I'm meeting up with guys constantly, like you know, you guys and other people, and I'm just like, man, you guys are living the life. Tomorrow I got to get my ass up at 4 a.m. and get to work though. You know what I'm saying? So it's like a weird ass feeling, but you're right though. It's gonna eventually flip
pay
around.
off. And I feel, bro, I feel like for me, I started seeing that like when I was in high school and shit, you know what I'm saying? Cause like that was kind of when I first kind of started like doing more like big shit, major shit to when like I did Oracle, you know what I'm saying? And I opened for Nas and Wu-Tang, but the next day I had school. And I was like, bro, what the fuck is going on, bro? Like I'm still out here sitting down, listening to his teacher, but I'm also like having conversation with Wu-Tang, Method Man, Nas doing these stages, but then I'm going back to school. Like, it was always like this weird thing of like, damn, bro, like
Algebra?
right, you know
I just got done with not algebra.
I'm doing algebra, bro. I just did this shit, bro.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I just went to New
listen
York.
to you,
I did this, and now I gotta go back and listen to you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? But that kind of like may help my mentality to be like, you know what, like, okay, like if I have to work a 9 to 5, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm still able to live my dream, but I'm also still able to make like consistent money and also help like fulfill my dream and make that shit even bigger to where I want to take it. You know what I'm saying? So
in the grand scheme, all these things really are meant to show you discipline. If whatever you love and you're trying to get out something, it takes discipline to get there. And I think that's the shift our mind needs to have sometimes. Be like, you know what? If I'm willing to do this, I'm willing to do this. All right, bet. Like I know I could do that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because I constantly think about, I'm like, man, once I quit my job, like, what am I gonna do during the time period that, you know, I was working a job? You know, am I gonna focus on the podcast during that time, or am I gonna just have hella free time? So no matter what it is, like I already told myself, it's not like it's gonna get easier. It's just a different lifestyle. You get what I'm saying? Obviously, I haven't been there, so I don't know yet. But that's kind of I was doing sales at one point, so at one point I was living off like my own, what do you call it? Like own sauce, I guess. I don't know. Cause sales is sauce, man. I swear. But yeah, man. Y'all good people for sure. So you guys are artists, man. And I think most of the time, I think that the thing that comes up is when you're an artist, usually therapy. And I understand it. Obviously, you're able to express yourself. But let me ask you guys this: is being an artist, is there another goal than just therapy for yourself?
Yeah, I mean therapy for others. You know what I'm saying? Like obviously, like you said, it's therapy for myself, but therapy for others, and also like a way to kind of just like, also like it's just therapy. I was gonna say it's a way to just let stuff out. You know what I'm saying? But also just telling stories, being creative, like working your mind. You know what I'm saying? Telling your story, putting stuff out. You know what I'm saying? On a piece of paper and letting it out. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is just like, it's good and it's healthy, but also like performing, you know what I'm saying? You letting that adrenaline out, you know what I'm saying? Whether like you need to move around, like we kind of just talking about this again today too, like performing, that's like takes a lot of like exercise, you know what I'm saying? Like you got to be training for that, you know what I'm saying? So like all that stuff is just like, yeah, it's therapy, but it's also just like a way for me to like, I don't know, get out, let stuff out, you know what I'm saying? And also help with the other people. That's like the main thing too, because like music helps me, but it's also helping my fans. It's also helping other people, whether that's like I'm on some like hyphy shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but it get turned. I'm on some like shit really making you think. On some shit you can play in the club. On some shit you can play like wherever. You know what I'm saying? There's different emotions that music make you feel, and it's good for each different time. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like overall, it's helping the people. You know what I'm saying? Which is something like I love, like what Mac Dre did. You know what I'm saying? Back in like, you know what I'm saying? Like he really made the music for like people to all come together and have fun. You know what I'm saying? Which is something that like, you know what I'm saying? Like the HBK movement did too. They made the music, you know what I'm saying? Folks who came together and just have fun and brought that shit back too. And that's just something that's hella important too. With all the crazy shit going on in this world today, it's good to have music that really makes you like forget about life, bro. Just like have fun. You know what I'm saying? So
and for me, yes, it's definitely it's therapy for all. The way I look at it, your story can impact the next person, and that's how I like to view it. So for me, I honestly got in music for the next to really get back to the next person. My whole background, even before that, was first I was trying to do sports psychology, and then I actually went into a program for like MFT studies, and it hit me throughout it all, just kind of like I can help out these 100 people in my life, or maybe I can help out these 200,000 people in my life doing this. And that's where my mindset goes. Now, of course, I could talk about a turned up party night. I could talk about whatever, but I feel like there's something that can be taken away from each one of those if you laying it out the right way. So that's like how I look at it from music for myself.
Yeah. And I love it because you guys, are pretty versatile with your guys' music, you guys got that deep music, but then I know you just released some with Rex Raj, bro. I be turned up down. Bro. So yeah, let's talk. We just brought up Rex. Let's talk about people who've impacted your guys' journeys, man. Because I think that's huge. I always say this takes a village, not only just with like building it up with like me and Alex and whoever has worked with us, but also the people who come and touch it or people who share it or whatever, right? I know Sway is someone that you guys can both relate, but is there anyone else? We'll talk about Sway, but is there anyone else outside of Sway?
Yeah. Please call me. I'm sorry.
That's Sway right there.
He Hollywood on us. He got business calls. I'm playing.
But what's the call? Man, I got a lot of folks, man. I got to give a big shout out to David Diggs, you know what I'm saying? Rafael Casal, also both from the Bay Area, you know what I'm saying? David Diggs was in Hamilton. They put he's also a rapper, you know what I'm saying? They did a show together called Blind Spotting. They've been huge like supporters of my music and just like big homies, you know what I'm saying? Well, rest in peace, my brother Angus Cloud. That was my dog, you know what I'm saying? We both went to the same high school together, you know what I'm saying? And he always just supported the music, and I supported everything he did. So like, it wasn't even just like on some industry shit, bro. It was always just on some real, just like genuine shit. I supported what he did, and he supported what I did, and it was always love, you know what I'm saying? So that's someone who meant a lot to me and also was like supported everything I did. Logic, you know what I'm saying, is actually someone who's like tapped in with my shit and like has always showed love to me. And like anytime he was in the Bay, you know what I'm saying, he like yo, come through the show, you know what I'm saying? I'm fucking with what you're doing, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, there's been a lot of different folks, man, that I wouldn't be who I was, you know what I'm saying, if it wasn't for them. But even like before I started getting more industry shit, like I even got to take it even back to like, you know what I'm saying, I was in this group called like Young Gifted and Black when I was like in like middle school, you know what I'm saying? And people like this, Hadari Davis and different like pillars within Oakland and the Bay, like kind of helped me get my start to where I wanted to go within poetry and within music and building that together, you know what I'm saying? Like Torre from the Hieroglyphics, you know what I'm saying? It's a big bro, you know what I'm saying? And everyone, bro, it takes a village, you know what I'm saying? People to just showing love. I'm trying to think about if I'm forgetting anyone, you know what I'm saying?
You're going to have a long list, brother.
Definitely got to shout out.
I'm letting y'all know right now I'm forgetting somebody.
Like,
I love y'all.
I love y'all saying I'm forgetting so much. I got
just say that then.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's so many folks, bro. Like, Ian, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Dude named ST Spitting, you know what I'm saying? Agent Marcel, Jane Hancock, you know what I'm saying? So many like people I can't even say that like
real
just
family.
support real families, you know what I'm saying?
I think
like
my bad,
DJ D Sharp,
Bay Area
you know what I'm
love,
saying?
bro,
Like it's Bay Area, David Ali, Larry June, like all these different folks, bro, like Stunner, you know, like Russell, bro. Like, I can't even say it, like these folks that just like made an impact or tapped in or some shit that was like, yo, like just kind of helped me along my journey, you know what I'm saying? It's always just been just pure love.
And no lie, some of those people he named for surely I could add right to the list, especially like Jane Hancock being like one of my closest and best friends. Like definitely has impacted me for sure. But while talking about it, I started looking at my life like a chapter book. Like, all right, I can remember the sections of my life on this journey. And like Anthony Petty was like my first engineer, homie, trainer who kind of really put me in that mindset of like, all right, well, bruh, the studio, you feel me? Like it's only available this times are 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. Trying to make it? Come on, let's get up. Let's do it. You feel me? So that was the first impact where it's just like, all right, I'm seeing how to have work ethic. My homie named GQ, who was the first person I saw like signed to like Jamla Records with Ninth Wonder. You feel me? Like that was like my personal first person seeing like, oh, like you moving and doing what you do. Like, okay, like that impacted me. And then fast forward, me ninth impacted my career a lot. I think ninth gave me the first boost in charge to kind of showcase myself. And then I started showcasing my own self and like taking it off to the races. And then from there, bro, honestly, there have been so many impactful people. It's kind of crazy. Like, just thinking about, how it started with a collective called Grand National. And then like now I'm in a collective called MacArthur Maze. And like that became like a band of brothers and just meeting so many people. Now I'm just like, it's crazy, bro. At first I started thinking about like someone like the stars I met, and everything. But I'm like, man, I've met so many people that impact me just from yesterday.
Yeah.
That, it's a long list. But piggybacking off, bruh, a lot of the people he said, and then, some of the people I just named.
Right.
Yeah, bro. It's like so many, like, bro, I would not be like where I'm at, bro, if it wasn't for my village, bro. Even taking it back to just like my family, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like people from the ground roots who like saw it in me, supported my dreams, you know what I'm saying? And it's like my close homies, you know what I'm saying? Like really doing this shit all together. My partner Ajay, you know what I'm saying? Makai, Sequoia, like Louise, Fayla, like hella different folks, bro, who I kind of did this shit together as youngins. And like we taking this shit on, you know what I'm saying, continue on building and like helping each other and seeing each other grow, you know what I'm saying? So it's a village, bro. Like I can, like you said earlier, bro, you can't just say me. This is we, this is us, you know what I'm saying? Cause like it really takes a village, bro, to really be where you want to go, for real, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it always helps me appreciate things when I start realizing how much and how many people it took to get there, And then a lot of the things we see on Instagram, we might flick through them, but like everything takes a lot of time. Everything takes a lot of like effort and ideas and all that. So you always got to appreciate creation. And me, I'm obsessed with creation. Like, a lot of the people you have behind like in those books are just like people who like created something. I don't care what you created. I just want to know the process of it,
Right.
There's a quote that stood out to me. I think I see it on Ian's Instagram. It said, "Build a garden so people throw you flowers." I think that's such a powerful quote. What do you think that means? What does it mean to you?
For me, I think sometimes we get caught up in the space of wanting love, wanting support. You feel me? And I think sometimes like that same stuff you looking for, you got to give it to yourself. Like you got to really build that, and it has to be strong within you for you to even like accept the next person's, compliment, or even if they dissing you, so it doesn't weigh too much. And in that way, you feel me? That's how you build your garden. You take a bunch of flowers, all types of flowers, and that's what's going to help you build you. So
Yeah. Shit, bro, that was a powerful quote, bro.
It really is.
Really making me think, you know what I'm saying? Like
Exactly.
that's some real shit, bro. Like, yeah, I agree with everything you said, bro. I ain't got too much to say. I'm just taking it in, bro.
No,
Like, yeah, like,
you know what? I love
what
the
I'm saying?
quotes that like you can interpret it different ways.
Yeah.
And I really love your interpretation. And maybe because it's completely opposite of what I think, but in my opinion, when I say or when I hear the words "build a garden so people throw you flowers," to me it means the first thing that comes to mind is surrender. Like surrender yourself, because I think even when we try to like have people help us, we have like this guard up already. But it's like nah, like allow yourself to for people to throw you flowers. Like don't be so hard on so hard in just whatever you're doing. Allow that to happen to you,
Yeah. I'm thinking about it too, bro. Like, as I'm thinking about it more, it's also kind of, at least for me, it's like, damn, like build your garden, so also you can kind of give yourself flowers. Build your garden first. You like, it's important for you to like recognize like the stuff that you're doing as well. So then also other people can also throw your flowers too. Because without a garden, you got to build the garden first and start somewhere. You got to put the seeds. You got to do, you know what I'm saying, all that. Start giving yourself that energy, so then other folks can throw that shit in too. You know what I'm saying? Because it's important to give yourself some credit too. I feel like sometimes it's like easy to not give ourselves the credit that we deserve, or like realize like, damn, okay, this is how far I've came, or this is what I'm doing, or this is what I'm trying to do, and like pat yourself on the back for that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because like shit be hard, bro. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we don't see that, So
and I love what you said about the surrender part, because that still is an aspect of it. You feel me? Like self-love comes from surrendering a lot of the other bullshit. You feel me? You gotta let go of a lot to be able to just be like, all right, I'm good here. I'm cool here.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's a big part of it, and the big process of it, of just the flower growing and the flower building. Right. You feel me? It's just, I had a homegirl that I was talking to the other day, it was like a couple weeks ago, and when I was chilling with her, she just seemed so calm. And I'm like, why you seem so calm differently like right now? She was just like, honestly, I just had to kind of start letting go. And then when you let go, you let God in. And when she said that, I was just like, man, that's real. Like, you feel me? Like, there's so much, bro, there was shit I was mad about 2 weeks ago. I'm like, I can't even think about being mad about it now. So I'm just like, what am I holding on to? That's at that point, I'm killing my garden. So you feel me? I'm just like, you do have to surrender. You have to surrender the ego. You got to surrender any doubt. And you got to be willing to work and build that shit for real.
Come on.
Yeah, do you guys know who C5 is?
Yeah,
Okay,
bro.
cool.
Yeah,
C5 is the homie for sure.
Brother, man.
But I think it was him, man. That when I heard him say that word, it just stood out. It stood out for days, type thing. Like surrender. And I just kept asking myself, like, why? And I just think when I think we're speaking of Oakland, we're speaking of the Bay Area, and there's a lot of amazing and beautiful things out of there. But there's also a couple things we need to work on, right?
Yeah,
and that's why we're doing what we're doing. But my bad. The reason why I say that is because I think our first initiative, of feeling as soon as we wake up, bro, it's like as men, as colored men in this society, you have to just put up a guard. So it's like being able to figure out when not to have that out, and when I can surrender, and when I can, and when I should, or when I shouldn't, and even when I should, but I can't because it's just all over the place. That's why that word stood out to me, because I think you're supposed to surrender, but you can't, or it's hard to.
It's hard.
It's hard.
Again, like you say, even from like a kid, bro, you have this mentality of like, I gotta be a certain way because of, like you said, gotta be a man. Also, as a man of color, you already looked at a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's hard, bro. Like you said, it's surrendering, bro. But something like you said, you got to, but you gotta sit back and be like, damn, okay, let me sit back.
And I'm not even surrendering to somebody. I'm talking about surrendering to life.
That's what I'm saying, to life.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. Sitting back and be like, it's okay. Let life.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Let life, and let life do its thing. Like, let me not be too pressure. Like, I gotta do this, and this. Let life do its thing, man. You know what I'm saying? But like you said, it's hard sometimes. It's hard for me sometimes to kind of just realize that and be like, okay, you know what? It's going on right now. Life is gonna do its thing. The universe is gonna work. It's gonna do its thing.
Right.
Let me sit back and trust. You know what I'm saying? Let me sit back and let God do his thing, So, yeah, that should be hard, though. I'm not going to hold, though.
It's growing pains.
Yeah.
It's growing pains.
Yeah.
Because, my bad. How old are you, Ian?
Are you going to put me out there?
I know, I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm old as you want me to be, dog.
I just have a feeling, bro. I just have a feeling you're one of the wiser guys here, bro. Just, of age and just the way you speak. I know you're probably older than Jwalt, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, cool. But the reason why I asked is just wisdom, bro. That's a lot. That conversation of age. A lot of people talk about it. Age is just a number, or some people are like, nah, age is not just a number. Like that shit matters. The way I see it is, age is just self-reflection. It's like you could be 10 years old and be damn near a monk because of just how much you process. I
about to say wisdom comes from what you learn from. You feel me? Like you once again, you can be 12 and be more wise than the 33-year-old because you're taking the time to really learn and see. There's some people just on autopilot. You feel me? So then they may gain some wisdom, but it starts to go away because you're not adjusting yourself to learn from every situation. The moment you take every situation as a learning lesson, I feel like it's the moment you find your real mental strength. Because then it doesn't push you one way, it doesn't push you another way. It's like, all right, I peep it. Now I understand.
Nah, bro. I'm telling you, bro. He's the wise guy, man. So there be times, bro.
I can just tell he's been on Earth for a longer time, bro.
There be times, bro, we be in the studio, bro. For real, sit down, we just chatting, bro, for over an hour before we get into work and start working on some shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, it's definitely just when you have good people around you, bro. People who maybe live a little longer than you, bro. That's why, you know what I'm saying, when people have different experiences or been in your shoes or done certain shit, I sit back and I listen, you know what I'm saying? I take notes. I'm like, okay, damn, this is some ways I can move. Even outside of music shit, this is life shit, you know what I'm saying? I talk, you know what I'm saying? I've always kind of been around OGs or older people or certain shit because I always like to get game, you know what I'm saying? Soak it up. I'm trying to learn. I'm trying to be the best person that I could be, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to learn from the people who did it, or I'm saying, or who made mistakes and just trying to teach back, you know what I'm saying, to me or other folks, you know what I'm saying? So I always just like to sit back and listen, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just important too, bro. Sometimes people always think they want to say something, but sometimes you just got to sit back and listen, and that's sometimes the most game that you could get. You know what I'm saying?
And I'll be real, that's the reason why I love this dude right here. And just real quick, one of the biggest compliments I ever got in my own life, just kind of growing up, it was an OG who told me, he was like, reason why I rock with you, bro, is because like you can get into any room or fit in any room and you're gonna be cool. You feel me? You go to church, you're gonna be cool. You sit with everybody in the hood and drug dealers, killer, whatever, you just gonna be cool. And he has that same energy to him. That's why I always gravitated towards him. I'm just like, okay, you just a sponge, and that's how you need to be to really advance and to get far. Is just be a human, be yourself, and allow yourself to like take all that in. So no lie, that's why I give Jwalt a lot of credit. And him even being younger, I could sit and have a convo with him for an hour because he's gonna say some stuff that I'm gonna take away too. You know, and that's how it should be. That's how we grow as a community. You feel me?
Facts. And specifically, Jwalt, you were someone who your career took off very young, bro.
Bruh.
So like, how can't we learn from you too? And you were just able to meet hella people, bro. And it's like when you're young, bro, all you're doing is soaking shit up. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah, bro. And like, especially too being young, bro. Like, it was weird, like being in certain rooms and also being the youngest one. But then people like assuming that you like. You wasn't as qualified or you ain't know certain shit just because you may be young. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's also something I didn't like, too, when I was younger. I was like, damn, like, we both in the same room for a reason. I may be younger, but you know what I'm saying? But we in the same room for a reason. So, like, let's not disqualify what I may be doing just because I'm a little younger. You know what I'm saying? But with that, though, too, I always, like, soaked up game and, like, you know what I'm saying, listen to what other folks were saying, though, too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I think that's the recipe, bro. I really do think, you know? Because how did you guys meet? Just music?
Music shit. I remember like, I was fucking with his shit for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I remember like I forgot what, I think it was like the one of your albums, like it came out and I seen Pendarvis from KQED. He wrote like a little article thing about him and shit. So I tapped in with it. I listened. I was like, bro, the first thing that kind of came to my mind, I was like, damn, this dude sound like Kendrick. That was the first thing. Like, mom, I see
what you're saying.
Yeah, I was like, this shit dude sound like Kendrick. I was like, I haven't heard nothing else like this from the town. You know what I'm saying? So it was like refreshing to hear someone else who was like kind of on that same type of beat, on that same type of style that like I was into. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like I first gravitated towards him and shit. And then like, I don't know, I may have reached out to you or some shit, or I don't know.
Bro, it's crazy. My memory's kind of decent. I remember because it was hard times. So I remember a lot around this time. I was sitting on the floor in North Carolina, and I was on IG, and I remember you had like hit me and tapped in. I'm like, okay, who is this? And I tapped in, and I'm like, bro, what? Like he was already doing so much. And I'm like, I ain't never heard of bro. And I started diving in. I'm like, okay, bro, got it. But also at the time, I knew so much was going on. I'm like, we gonna connect at a certain time. I just feel it. It's not right now, but I feel it. And then no lie, like I was doing stuff, bro was doing stuff. And I remember Jwalt hit me up and was just like, bro, like, actually I got these beats. And then from there, I was just like, all right, come on, let's go. And he sent me, I'm just like, this one. And I instantly recorded to it, sent it back, and like the rest was history. Like me and bro just been locked in ever since.
Yeah, that's dope. So you would definitely like recommend, like, if you're an artist, just reaching out to other artists and trying to create.
Bruh, don't get caught up in the clout. Don't get caught up in what you see like another artist is doing just because they are popping. Your homie next to you, if you pour into him like he's a star, he'll be the next one that pop. And then the homie left to you, they'll be the next one. And just guess what? You'll be it. But you know what? You might be the first one. You just got to look at it like that. You got to build across the board and see how stuff grows. I think sometimes that's where the ego of an artist kind of gets into play. Is just kind of like, nah, I ain't gonna work with you. I'm gonna work with you. You know, like, oh no, I ain't gonna work with that. Like, I know I should be here. Look, I ain't trying to knock nobody confidence. If that's where you feel you at, be that. But once again, like, have some humbleness to you. Remember how you started. Remember where you came from. Like, if the person ain't poo and they ain't ass to you, make the song. You know, tap in. Like, even if you don't make the song, give some game. You feel me? Like, it's real easy just to reach across the board and just tap in with people.
Yeah,
and just be cool.
I think about that all the time, especially like when I like kind of first like kind of started up, you know what I'm saying? And then I was reaching out to folks that like I wanted to work with or tap in with, and like people would tap in and be like, say whatever they wanted and be like, oh, I got this, like throw me this much, or like, I don't da. But then years later, those same folks, oh, bro, I didn't know this was you, bro. Like, bro, like I'm down to do something now, bro. So it was just weird, you know what I'm saying? Something like that weird type of timing or some shit. It was like, at least could have been like, okay, we're like, not right now, but like you said, give the game, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit, you know what I'm saying? Or some shit like that. Yeah, bro, which is weird. Like, I don't give a fuck about clout, bro. If you talented, if you raw, bro, I'm gonna support you, bro. And let's work. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what it's about, bro. I'm here for the talent. I'm here for the music. If you dope, bro, let's work, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, a lot of people, like you said, get into the egos.
But once again, something you said, not to be an asshole. If you dope, you can't. Don't be mad if I don't do the song. You know and I'm not rocking with. I'm saying like you can't do songs with every single person. But in the same breath,
that's fact.
If you rock with them and you feel it, don't be bootsy after that. Like if you can acknowledge it, don't be like, oh yeah, bro, you tight. It's cool, Like, nah, if you tight, then acknowledge it and then make it work.
And if it happens, you know what I'm saying? Like, if it happens organically, you're like, okay, like we can make it, you know what I'm saying? Like make a song, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, like you said, you can't hop on everything. You know what I'm saying? That's some real shit though too. You know what I'm saying?
Trying to find that balance or whatever just you fuck with, right?
Yeah, like
whatever like I said, if you find it tight, because like I said, taste is different for every person.
Right,
you feel me? I know somebody that's a little Uzi Vert fan. I know somebody that's a Jay-Z fan. You feel me? He's gonna tell you Uzi Vert is killing Jay-Z. You feel me? It like rock with what you rock with, but if you acknowledge it, then show love to it.
Like there's even been times too, bro. Like an artist reached out to me, like, yeah, send me some shit, and I was like, yo, like I don't love it. I gotta love it to hop on it. You know what I'm saying? Then they send me something like, all right, but like let's do it. You know what I'm saying? Like if I don't love it or I don't feel like that same passion, it's like I'm not gonna do it respectfully, but let's check out something else. Let's do something else, because like I said, I'm all about the art.
What do you think people are afraid of when it comes to like working with someone else? Is it just
rejection?
I think. Well, my bad. Well, from the point of view of like, or why do you think they do it? I fuck with you, but I still don't want to work.
Whew, that's a layer. That's a layered, yeah.
That's a layer. I feel like pride, ego. Like if I'm up here and I'm doing this shit, and I may have another record with this other mainstream person, this big person, and then I'm about to do this record with bruh who may be down here. It's like, damn, what is that gonna look? What is that gonna look like?
So image.
I feel like image. I'm just trying to think about like.
No, yeah, because I think there's various, right?
And then the monkey in the room every now and then, fear. Like
right, when the young nigga better than you. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I was going for, bro. Or the person
that like,
you're scared.
When the artist's ego is involved, it happens where you see like sometimes it's like, ooh, and you see it. But what I've come to acknowledge at this point, bruh, everybody get got. Everybody get got at some point. You feel me? And that's just music. If you want to look at it in the competitive field, it's like, man, hey, it's just what it is. But like, it's music. So just make it. Don't overthink it. I think sometimes people be like, man, they gonna do this on the song and they gonna take all my followers or they gonna take all my fans. It's like, why? Right. And then why would I want fans that only stay this long until they heard somebody that sings better than me, raps better than me, creates a better song structure better than me? Like, this don't make no sense. But fear, yeah.
As you saying, and making me think, do you think like it's only like that within rap though, or like other shit? Because rap is okay.
It might be for sure podcasting game. I know, dude.
Podcasting.
It's funny because I've been learning a little bit of the politics, which I don't give a fuck. But I be learning. You peep shit. But yeah, no, I mean, there's certain shit like that too, bro. It's like people don't want to hop on your podcast for one. You're not big enough. That's plain simple. You don't have enough viewers. I'm not gonna waste my time. If you want to make money, so they'll say, we've never paid anything to anyone to be on the podcast simply because it's like I believe this is like let's create.
Let's create art. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly, bro. And it's like at the end of the day, bro, we're doing a lot to like produce this too. So you know what I'm saying? But even deeper than that, I think 3. Yeah, man. I think there is a lot of like gatekeeping. I think it's. And I felt it one time when I was in a room. I'm not going to say like specifically what, but I did feel it where it was like someone kind of felt threatened by my vision, at least to the point where like they were genuinely interested. But once like I started telling them, kind of drifted off just because I felt that fear of like, oh, you're trying to do the same thing too, bro? Or like, what? Yeah, something like that, And it was just like, bro, let's do like to each his own, bro. We can all do whatever the fuck we want to do. Whoever does it better, I mean, that's on our own, that's on our own. But you can, I don't know, but that's kind of like the politics, bro. But yeah, I mean,
it's so weird, bro. Like I'm so like against that. I still like don't like that shit because like, bro, why can't we just see everyone win, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why can't you like do what you doing good? I'm doing what I'm doing good. We all coming up together and doing we all do good together. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of just like the crabs and like. You know what I'm saying? Type of mentality type shit is like, okay, no, but I gotta do this. I gotta be the one, and you're not gonna be the one type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to see everyone win, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just be so weird to me, bro, how some people be like like don't have that same mentality or
Right.
that same vision, you know?
Where do you
Like,
got my bad? But where do you guys think that stems from then? Because it stems from somewhere. I've heard crabs in the bucket all the time. People hating. Where does it really stem from?
I think it definitely comes from a ego,
and fear.
a ego and the fear. Also, just it's psychology wise, it's kind of like that superhero mentality. Like I got to be the one. Like I think that's kind of where it kind of comes from. It's that like, well, nah, like it's me time. I got to be the guy, but it's like like there's so many ones. I think that's the shift that you have to have. There's multiple ones, but then, for example, we see a Kendrick, we see a Cole. There ain't hella Kendricks and Coles, and we know that, it's very rare. And I think sometimes people see that and want to be that. But one thing I've come to now, just more mature with it, are you putting in that work? Acknowledge what you're doing so you know where you really at. Are you rapping as much as that person? Is your business structure as strong as that person? Like, be real with yourself. So then that way you can shift away from all the Boosie ego. It's like, nah, you not rapping for 8 hours every day. You not making these business calls every day. So respect the next person that is and get there. Then once you get there, all right, now we have a different conversation. But if you not there and you're not there, put the ego aside. Work.
Like,
that's
where it starts with, bro.
For me, bro, I think I've kind of like simplified it. Like there do be gatekeepers, but then also we can build the gate. You feel me? And we can hop that motherfucker too. You feel what I'm saying? Like there's nobody that's gonna really, really stop me as long as I'm pouring into me. And I think that's the biggest shift a lot of us just need to have. Just like, bro, like you a star, bro, over there in the back of star. Now go.
Come on, yeah.
do what you gotta do. I think too many times people do get in like a race mentality. And it's just like, bro, that race don't mean shit because we all in the same at the end of the race. It's done. You feel me? And once the race is done, it's done. Yeah. So just kind of like pour in to what's around you. And I feel like you see so much shit change. Me, only reason I talk like this, bro, even how you say the wisdom thing, I've been on both ends. I've had a big ego before and had to like check myself. I've also been humbled like shit to be like, ooh, like, okay, I ain't here yet. You feel me? So you have to really process that. You feel me? I can't be left and right. I got to be what's in the middle. That's where like the growth and the learning is. You feel me?
Yeah. That's so real, bro. That's so real. Because like you said, bro, like being able to be on both ends, like you said, like feeling like, nah, bro, like I can't do that shit. It's like, hold on, bro. But like, why can't I? You know what I'm saying? And like really realizing like I can. It's just me thinking because I may be like these steps ahead. I don't want to do this shit. You know what I'm saying? Or like you said, then you get in check. It's like, okay, I'm for sure not where I want to be. Okay, let me like continue on putting in the work and doing what I got to do to get to where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? It's all just like perception and realizing like, you know what I'm saying? Like where you at and like you said, understanding that it's okay to be where you are. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't got to have this big ass ego. This is weird though too, bro, because I feel like I don't know, at least like when you in like an industry like this, like we're all in, like a lot of people like to move with ego and like there's this weird persona of like, yeah, like I gotta be like this, you know what I'm saying? When like reality, like you don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, like this is like, that's why I love like, you know what I'm saying? Like cats like you, you know what I'm saying? Cats like Stunner, you know what I'm saying? Cats like Lil Russell, you know what I'm saying? Who like are real genuine, you know what I'm saying? Just like show love to like what you're doing and vice versa and supports you know what I'm saying? Regardless of like ego shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Yeah, I think with our industry, it's an industry and it's a sport. And I think that's where people have to realize when to turn it on and turn it off. And I say this all the time, like prime example, me, like I kind of look at it like LeBron. Like, LeBron is cool with everybody. And then off the court, like I'm doing whatever. When we get in the studio, in the booth, I'm Kobe. And then that's where my mentality is. But then once we get out of that, like, all right, but I think that's where people have to learn to adjust that. You feel me? Like when you just take this mentality and you only like this all the time, like, yeah, it could wind up putting you in a in a spiral of the dark space. You feel me?
I got a question for you, especially like being like in a group, like in a rap group, and being in a group that like all y'all can rap. Was there ever like things of like, damn, okay, like obviously there's gonna be competitiveness and everyone's like, I'm gonna try out rap, but like, was there ever like, has there ever been like some like ego shit within that? Cause like, I know how rappers could be, bro. Rappers, you know what I'm saying? We got egos, but like, especially being in a group, like, how has that been for you? Type shit, and like within
Bruh, hella funny. My first like studio session with all the guys and everything like that, it was initially kind of ego based, and there's a background story to it because one of the other artists in there, when I had dropped my project, somebody had tweeted like, "Oh, if Ninth could sign this person and then sign me, they could have signed him." And I took that as just kind of like, what? You feel me? Just kind of like, huh? And I had that. So when I saw bro in that studio session, I said, everybody getting it tonight. You feel me? Y'all gotta know. But in the same breath, bro was cool. Yeah, you feel me? Bro didn't tweet that. And then we had a conversation later on. And I told him, I said, I'm gonna be real, bro. You kind of gave me the gas to come in like that. And he just laughed and he was just kind of like, bro, he was like, nah, I get it. I understand. But then that was where my shift came too. It was just kind of like, I just told him what I just came in here and how I was feeling. And he ain't feel no way. He was just like, bro, I get it. Yeah. And then from there, that's where you find the brotherhood in it too. So now when we do songs, we all foot to gas or trying to out rap, but in the same breath, it's like if somebody has a verse and you was like, ooh, that's cold, then we all like, hey, bro, like you one of them ones. You feel me? Like I'm not gonna sit here and be like, I mean, bro, that was saucy, but whatever, bro. Like I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna give you some weird bootsy ass energy. It's like I want to see you better. Kid you not, just off of like just knowing my own self. I know who I've been in the studio with, and I've made them better because then they're trying to. Yep. Like, bro, I know you coming like this. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to make a good song. Whatever. I know you coming like this. I'm like, that's tight to me when it elevates you, when the competition nature of it elevates you, and then you get to spread love with it. That's saucy.
It's like you hear someone else like, no, I gotta rewrite this shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? I gotta come different. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. But like you said, that was good, bro. It makes like you said, like armor sharpen. Like what's that shit, bro? Some still
sharpen iron,
bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
Hell yeah. One last thing, you know, we're gonna end up kind of deep, but yeah. No, I really want to talk about this because we're talking about all these good things, right? And I think the journey, you know, that's what I try to focus on. But one thing that I don't think people talk about enough is like feeling at least like you've fallen out of your purpose through that journey. Because I think everyone that I've kind of studied at one point started off great, did great things, had that hiccup of like, maybe I don't even want to do this anymore. Maybe it's not me. Got back on, and then just the rest is history, right? Have you guys had that type of were you guys on that type of time where like, man, maybe it's not for me? Like, I lost it.
I'll go. Saying I'm the older G with this.
It's the jewelry. That's what it is.
Yeah, you feel me? Bro, I probably quite transparently. I probably quit twice. You know, just because, just got in my head. It's just like I don't know. Like I'm not seeing the traction I'm thinking of, or like I'm looking too far outside of scope. I'm looking at the next person like, damn, like I know I'm just as good, but like I'm not moving like that, you know. And it's just thinking too much and taking too much in. It's like, bro, you don't know what he did. You don't know what she did. Like you do not know what the next person had to go through to get to where they at. So then once I started kind of remembering that, I'm just like, we all deserve something. So you deserve whatever you put in. So at that point, let me put in more so I get what I really deserve. And me personally, I think now I'm just in a calm space where I'm like, I see things coming together. So, you know, what comes for me, I'm good with. You know, I'm not here comparing it to the next person. I'm now in a space of just like, I appreciate you for that. I appreciate you for that. Let me go do this over here.
So would you say it helped you just like locking in on just what you got going on?
For surely. Like when you, bruh, I feel like when you really hit rock bottom, the only thing you can do is go up. As cliche as it sounds, like what else am I gonna do? Like that mentality right there was just like, all right, if I'm right here with it, then bro, only thing you can do now is do that. And I think that's where we all have to like shift. You feel me?
Yeah. I mean, for me, man, like I never really got into a place where I'm like, bro, like I'm quitting type shit. Cause again, like I feel like I am still young per se. You know what I'm saying? But there were times I'm like, damn, like why am I not here? You know what I'm saying? Like kind of like you said, like I'm just as good as this person. This person's right here. I may be even better than this person, but why am I not getting the same type of light as that? You know what I'm saying? Or like always doubt, you know what I'm saying? Like, or just doubting like, okay, am I like going in the right direction? Is this like really, am I gonna be able to do what I want to do? You know what I'm saying? But then like when you get those little glimmers of them, the reminders like, damn, okay, I am supposed to be doing this. This is what I'm supposed to be doing. You get those reminders and like it's like, damn, okay, like I'm on the right path. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it can be hard because it's like you will get a lot of more no's than yeses. You will see a lot of failure, you know what I'm saying, than success. But once you get them success, it's like, okay, where like, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm in the right path, I'm in the right direction, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And those little reminders is always like fuels me even more to even just keep on going, especially when I have those doubts or when I have those like uncertainties or like when I'm like, damn, okay, like, am I in the right field type shit? Is this really what I'm supposed to be doing? Like those different like little minor like stepping stones, them little minor things that I'm achieving. It's like, okay, where like I'm where I'm supposed to be and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That's the main thing. Realizing like I'm where I'm supposed to be now. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm way further than where I used to be. I still got so much more to go. But realizing that like right now in this like where I'm at right now in this life, like this is where I'm supposed to be, and realizing that and being okay with that. You know what I'm saying? And also realizing the growth and also realizing like where you want to go and just continue on just achieving that. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real. And you gotta look at like you letting your ego push you or you letting it control you. You feel me? And I think that's it's okay to have an ego if it's making you better. But when your ego starts controlling you and taking you out of places, it's just like, all right, that's where you gotta really adjust. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. One time I heard a quote. It said, "What did it say?" It said, "Thief is a." Wait, no, hold on. Comparison is a thief of all joy.
Yep.
I don't know why I started with that word thief. I think my dog distracted me. Hey, nah, man. Hey, it's really been a pleasure, man. I think, like I said, I think it's really dope that you guys are able to come from Oakland, but you guys just don't stay there, and you guys are able to share that outside. Because do you guys see flavor of Oakland in New York and all these places? Have you got Europe that you guys gone through, or is it mainly just like I'm gonna bring it?
I'm gonna bring it, bro. Yeah. Like there's like certain pockets. At least when I'm in New York, you know what I'm saying. It's like whether I'm like in Brooklyn, sometimes I get like it's not the same flavor. I'll get like feelings of like, okay, this is familiar. This is like close to, but nothing's gonna have the same flavor as Oakland. You know what I'm saying? So it's his home. You know what I'm saying? Like
exactly.
People can't try to replace that. You know what I'm saying? That's just not gonna compare. You know what I'm saying? So like there's certain parts that okay, this reminds me of home, or I'm good with this, but you really just, you bring it, you know what I'm saying? Like you said, bro, a lot of people can tell, like, oh, you from the Bay, huh? You from the town. Oh, you from one. Because that's just contagious, you know what I'm saying? Like, people go and just, like, feel that and feel that energy. You kind of, like, radiates, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah.
There's nothing like the town, bro. There's really nothing like it. And it's a beautiful thing to be a part of and be from here.
Just witness, bro, really.
Yeah, you know, and like I said, bro, I take with pride being from there, and I know he does. So as we got to move as such. You feel me? So that's why you don't,
man.
Like I know bro don't be catting off and I don't be catting off. And I think that's how you got to move. And when you from the town, that's how we like to move.
And I salute you guys for putting that on your back. And, you know, I'm proud that Oakland's on your guys' back, bro, because I think you guys will, you know, keep that torch lit and just keep connecting, man. And I think it's a great recipe, bro. So, yeah, anytime you guys want to come back, bro, I know Ian Kelly, we got to do one together.
It's good.
I know we're doing one already together. We can run it back, bro.
It's all good, bro.
But I do want to take a trip to New York. So I've been talking to some people out there.
No, I'm out there, bro.
Yeah, all right. We're going to talk about that after, bro. Yeah, we'll talk about that after because I've been talking to people down there. And I think I want to do it. I want to go to New York, but I want to work down there too, you know?
Yeah.
I appreciate you for coming on, bro. Anytime, like I said. Y'all family, man. Neighbor heroes.
Yeah.